The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the raw and uncensored Ambitchious podcast. I'm your host, the original HBIC, Katie Boyd. During our time here together, I will be instilling all of the strength, power, and determination you will need to use the very stones thrown at you to build your ultimate empire. We will redefine the word bitch from the derogatory to the acronym, being in total control of herself. So let's adjust our crowns and prepare to live life ambitiously. Oh yeah, here I am, the original HBIC, Katie motherfucking Boyd. Hola, chicas and chicos. Speaking of chicos.
Yes, Chico's over here.
Here's Chico to my right-hand side, my ride or die. Yes. He keeps showing up.
I am here.
Every week. He just never goes away.
Thank you for the reviews, by the way. Thank you.
Oh my God, you are such a narcissist. Didn't we do a podcast about you a while back?
I was just saying thank you. I was being nice. You know, they always say something nice about me. We know you're the star.
All right, calm your fucking heels, Matthew Boofa Babine. Boofa is actually Portuguese for fart. And then in the middle is my strong and mighty, tiny, but she will kick your ass. Boom, Megan Lynn.
Hello.
Oh, I love that you're here.
Thank
She traveled
you.
all the
Thank
way
you.
from Pennsylvania
Yeah.
to be on the Ambitchious podcast
Yay.
today. Isn't that so exciting?
That's very exciting.
Before we start the Ambitchious podcast, I want to announce our official sponsor to the Ambitchious podcast. It's Prana Hair, Skin, Lash, and Brows. The girls over there are incredible. Ayana and Becca have been doing my lashes for almost a decade now, and she keeps me high and tight. Thank God for you. So if you go over to www.pranahairskinandlash.com, mention the Ambitchious podcast, you'll get 20% off your first service. And in the meantime, go on over to iTunes and give us a 5-star and written review. Stop being a lazy mofo, okay? This is so important to us, right?
It's so important. It
It
really
keeps
is.
the ambitious world turning. And I like to lay in bed at night and touch myself gently and read my 5-star reviews. Only with my pointer finger, let's be honest. And also go over to www.kbmfc, KatieBoydsMisfitClub.com, and sign up for our free weekly newsletter. I always send some serious inspiration from my heart, and you can keep in the mix with everything that's going on. All the events. We have masterminds coming up. We have Business with Soul Summits. We have all kinds of incredible retreats. So get on over there. Stop being a pussy, okay? That's all I have to say today. The podcast is over. Okay. So I am so excited for this podcast today because Megan and I have known each other since January of 2019. And we actually met at Kripalu, which if you guys have been listening to the Ambitchious podcast for the last year, we met there and she just kind of came out of nowhere. We fell in love. I had a girl crush on her the whole entire weekend. And she came to our pajammy jammy jam.
I didn't even know about that till the last minute.
Dude, don't get me started on that,
And she
please.
can dance her ass
It was a
off.
good
She can
time.
dance her
really
ass
good
off.
dancer.
And I think, were you
Thank
getting
you.
a piggyback from Kristen Tellier, or was that Carrie
No,
Wilson?
That wasn't me.
I just
There's
remember
other stories.
a dark-haired girl getting a piggyback from Kristen, and I was like, this is fucking debauchery, seriously. So we met at Kripalu, and she became part of our Ambitchious Business Mastermind, and your whole life has just totally changed in that short period of time, really, right?
Absolutely.
And then after the podcast, we're all going out and we're going to get our drink on, because that's what we do after we podcast. We just violently drink and eat carbohydrates. No, just kidding. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you're going to be sleeping over.
Yes.
And then tomorrow we're going to do a full day of masterminding.
Yes, where I'm going to get it together.
Yeah.
Take it to the next level.
We're going to tell you all about that. So, yeah, tell us a little bit about your experience with me, how much you love me. The check is in the mail.
So in January, I was planning on going to Kripalu. I was a burnt out bitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did a podcast about that.
Yes. It was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, she's talking
No
about
one wants
me.
to be a burnt out bitch.
I was a burnt out bitch, doing too much.
But when you were
Not enough for myself.
absolutely, well, mostly everyone, right? But
Right.
when you were signing up for Capella, you weren't going to come to my weekend. You were
No.
just going there for something else, correct?
I was going to do just the rest and relaxation, or I was going to go see a psychic. I wasn't sure, but I was like, man, I just need something more. And so I saw your 2019 Living Your Best Life. I looked her up on YouTube. I always do my research.
You fell in love.
Like, I did. I'm like, she swears, she's real, she's funny. I'm like, this broad has it together.
Yes.
I was like, I want to be like her. So I signed up, literally, I think I signed up on Wednesday, and I think it started on Friday.
It did.
I was going to go 2 weeks later. I always go mid-January for my birthday to Kripalu. I've been there a couple times, and I've taken one or two other programs,
Yes.
and they were all right. You know, I wasn't sure. And I just knew that I needed something more. And I saw your program. I'm like, I think this is what I need. I'm not sure. She seems awesome. I didn't even know about the pajama party. I would have brought better jammies.
Don't not get me started on
it was
this.
a pajama dance party.
Pajammy, jammy, jam.
I was like, I didn't know. I'm unprepared.
How many times did I have to hear about
Oh my God. What?
Jam.
Matt said to me at home, because you signed up so late in the game, right?
Yeah.
I was working with my videographer, and every person that signed up for Kripalu, I sent them a private video message.
I didn't get
And
that.
it was like, hey, Megan, I'm so excited for Kripalu. Here's everything you need. Don't forget to bring your onesie because we're going to have a pajammy jammy jam. So you didn't even get it.
I signed up Wednesday night, like midnight. It like went through on Thursday, and I was driving there Friday.
So
and then you're like,
wild.
dance party. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
spirituality and dancing and swearing.
Yes. A lot of people were pissed off that we had a pajammy jammy jam. Because listen, here's the deal. And I think I've talked to you about this before, and Matt obviously knows. When you do deep spiritual work and you're like going downtown, you know,
It got serious. There were tears.
There was tears, all the shit. You can't just be in that like low vibe space the whole weekend. So I always like to do something crazy, like to make people like just be totally out of their comfort zones. And some people were like, I didn't pay all this money to dance at, you know, and I'm like, wow, you need fucking Roto-Rooter up your ass.
Pretty much.
Maybe that's why you're having a bad time in life, because you're just not.
Maybe if you danced a little bit more.
Hello.
In unicorn onesies. They were both in unicorn onesies.
Matt and I were
dying.
matching unicorn onesies.
Very good looking unicorn.
Google that shit.
Thank you very much. Thank
Blow it up, make it a poster, put it over your bed.
Don't we start on the unicorn balls?
Yeah.
Business Mastermind and unicorn balls.
Oh, last night I had our installment of Business Mastermind this week.
Yeah.
And I was saying something about unicorn balls on your chin.
And I was like, "Oh, that sounds exciting."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Is that part of the events?"
But
where is that on your website?
Under the events page.
I'm signing up.
So you went to Kripalu. What was your experience working at Kripalu that weekend and dancing?
It was more than I expected. It was a lot deeper spiritual dive. Like I said, I signed up last minute, so I had no clue what I was in for. But I was
what you were getting yourself into.
It got pretty serious, but it was exactly what I needed. We did a death meditation.
Yes.
Where you walked us through, you know, obviously hypothetically, our last day on earth, and really what's important. Like, what are you doing with your life? You know, do you have a legacy? What's going on?
Right.
And I couldn't believe. And then you had us journal about how we felt about our last day on earth and what we would want to say to our loved ones, and, you know, did we leave the legacy that we wanted, and
why you're not living your best life. Like, what is actually stopping you from becoming the person that God and the universe put you here to be? And was that when you had an epiphany?
I was shocked at what I wrote down. I was like, I'm angry.
We have ways
I need
to
to set boundaries.
Yeah.
I need to, you know,
all of us
take control and just really decide what I want to do. Like, it's not a dress rehearsal. You don't get another chance around that we know of. You know what I mean? Like, live your life now, travel, eat well.
Yeah.
You know.
And everyone is always like saying, like, like I talked about this last night on Mastermind, once the kids go back to school, then I can get into like a healthy routine.
There's always a reason.
And it's just like, dude, it's always going to be like that. Once your kids leave the nest, then it's going to be the next excuse. And once that happens, it's the next excuse.
Yep.
And everyone, you know, that's my biggest fear too. And that's why I do death meditation with everybody. Because it's like, on your last day on earth, are you going to be laying in your deathbed saying like, I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda? Or are you going to be like,
I should have worked more.
Ew, no one's going to say that.
You know, yeah, exactly. But that's how we live our lives,
Right.
though. Working. We're on a hamster wheel.
Yes.
You know.
And in Mastermind, I really teach people to work smarter and not harder. Because people, the way I was raised is like, you work and you work and you work and you grind yourself down to a nub. And that's what I thought. I really truly wore that as like my badge of honor. Like, I work 18-hour days. I'm fucking meh. And it's like, yeah, but I can work 2 hours a day and make the same amount of money in 2 hours working smart than killing myself, not seeing my husband, not living the life that I know that I desire.
And you found your passion too. So you really honed it down to find your passion. Somebody said, you know, what is the saying? It's saying, you know, work like you're going to live forever and live like you're going to die tomorrow.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
So if you can do that, because if you're passionate about your work, you want to be in it, but you don't want to grind in you.
Right.
Exactly.
But it took me 20 years to find my passion. And that's why when I meet people and they want to do masterminding with me and they want to do like all the stuff that we're doing together, I try to give I do give you guys like cliff notes. Like, here's everything I went through for the last 20 years. Here's my trial by fire. I'm giving this to you. Just follow these directions and like do what you do. You're going to be fine. You're going to be more than fine, actually, right?
Absolutely.
So Kripalu, and then you went home. And then how long did it take for you to go home to like reach out to me and be like, hey?
It wasn't very long.
No, it was quick.
I was like, I want the big chumpy. We were talking about doing single phone calls, the one-on-ones. I'm like, maybe, but I want more. And I really like the business mastermind. You're a masterminder for life. It's such a great community of people, like-minded, trying to move forward, but not perfect. And that was another thing I really appreciated. You never act like, oh, you know what, my life's so great, and sign up for the mastermind, and next week you're going to have a mansion, and you're going to be flying around on private jets. You're like, no, this is work. You're
Erin's
real.
in the audience right now laughing her tits off. She's like, no
very
shit,
real.
Sherlock. Yeah, because I think like people, you see the Instagram world that we're all living in right now, and you see someone like a week ago they were living in a shanty, and now they're like driving a Bugatti and living in a mansion in freaking Miami, and it's like, no, you didn't
It's not
see
how it happens.
That's just not how
Usually.
it works. Yeah, sometimes people invent something and they get rich overnight, but it took them 15 years to invent the thing. You only see that one
You
moment.
you see the top of the success.
Right.
You don't see the blood, sweat, tears, the
Absolutely.
hours, the sleeping under your desk,
Ooh, been there, done that.
or dealing with people, or dealing with jobs you don't want to get to a different point. Or,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And then-
I tell everybody how when I first started in the gym industry, I would literally clean the showers in the gym. I would mop the floors. I'd clean the equipment.
One-man
I
show.
would like I would
Plunge the
toilets.
Everything.
what would you do?
Plunge
Like
the
plunge
toilets.
Plunge
I
the
would make
toilet.
butter. I would churn butter. I think
Amish
that's
mafia over
right?
here.
Oh, so Amish.
Cleaning off it.
Right? I think about that sometimes and I'm just like, wow. And then people like come to me and they're like, I want to live like you. And I'm like,
Let me tell you
what
the
does
real
that
story.
mean?
But that's what I love about you. That's what I love about you guys.
It's a
You're
process.
honest.
Thank
It's a
you.
process. Not every day's a great day. Sometimes you're
and
like,
you need support.
yes.
That
was another
need
huge
support.
thing.
People don't understand. Like everyone, I was like this for years. I'd be like, I'm just going to do it myself because at least I know it will be done right. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm killing myself.
Rosie the Riveter. My friends call
So
me that.
Rosie the Riveter. I even wear my little headband like that sometimes. And I look at the mirror and I'm like, no, I don't want to
teach me.
be
It's
this
cute.
It's cute, but it's like, I don't want to be that
I
person.
thought that was Tupac.
It depends on how I tie it. Sometimes I'm Tupac.
So I thought-
Sometimes I'm Rosie
I
the
thought it was
Riveter.
like Tupac. I was like, I like the Tupac.
Oh my God,
on you.
multiple
Looking good.
personalities.
Oh, I can be both. I can be both.
Yes,
but I don't want to be
absolutely.
that anymore. I truly desire, and I want all my masterminders to understand, like, we're all here together. We're all going towards a common goal, and it's not going to be easy.
No.
But if you really rely on these people in your mastermind and you ask them questions like I'll even ask my masterminders questions, and I'm leading the mastermind. Hey, what do you guys think about this? Like I was telling everybody yesterday, hey, if you guys really enjoyed this mastermind, our next installment's coming up. Like, do you mind just like telling people about it? I am not too proud.
Oh, there's a couple people that I can't wait to bring on.
Right?
I'm really excited.
So
Young
it's-
women who want to start businesses, who've already started, who are kind of having trouble.
Yeah.
They don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing.
100%.
In the mastermind is to be able to get help.
Right.
We have lawyers, we have business people, we have people
Social media gurus.
social media
And the connection.
gurus, all of the different connections.
Yep.
And then we fill in each other's gaps,
Right.
To help us.
Because I
go
don't
the
claim to
next
know
level.
everything.
No.
Matt definitely doesn't know everything.
No,
But I do claim.
I know nothing. I just hope nobody finds out.
Right? You're like, oh, they're
You're doing a
How
good
about
job. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, but
Keeping
that's
good company.
But totally. So I'm so glad that you ended up joining the mastermind, and tell everyone, kind of where you are in your masterminding.
I guess I'd say
Like, tell us a little bit about your story. I mean, obviously, I know your story. I could sit here and tell your whole story, but this is you on the podcast. It's yours.
let's see. I've been. I
Do you
started-
also tell people how old you are? Because when I first met you, I was like, oh, isn't this girl so cute? She's like 21 years old coming to our
thank you.
Kripalu. That's so
Thank you.
awesome.
All right,
She's
I'm
living her
outing
best
myself.
life. I know. I just outed you. It's so fucking rude.
No, it's
But I don't
okay.
care
love
because
it.
I want people to actually see you and be like, oh my God. And she's doing this.
All right, I'm 36. I tell everybody I'm 28. I think I get away with it.
I would tell people I'm 16 and a half because literally
No. I would never want to be 16 again.
Oh, me neither.
All the growing pains and all the stuff. And when I was 16, I looked 12. That was awful. So I'm happy to look 20 something.
I love her accent. She goes, it was awful.
Well, she's from Pennsylvania.
I don't feel like I have an accent.
Oh, no,
but
I have
everybody...
a bad Massachusetts
He's a masshole. Matt's a masshole.
Like, that's awful. I'm going to steal that. Yeah.
Coffee. Yes.
Coffee.
Yeah. Well, all my cousins are from New Jersey, Southern Jersey.
Forget about it.
Yeah, so they all talk like that. And then they make fun of me, and I'm like, blow me. I mean, pack the cat in my ass, okay?
Oh, my God.
Right?
Oh, my God.
All right, so where are you right now in your masterminding?
Kind of in between.
Tomorrow you're going to be way deeper.
Yes.
But right now at this moment.
Yes. I start a couple months ago. Okay, back up. Currently working at a nightclub. Fast-paced, crazy. I absolutely love it, but I know I need more. I want to do more. So I was a little stressed out a couple months back, actually almost a year, time flies. And I decided to start a cleaning company because one of my core desired feelings is freedom.
I love it.
I don't want to punch a time clock. I hate that. You had to be here at a certain time. So cleaning, fairly easy to get into.
And you love it.
Yeah.
You love organization.
I actually do like to clean. I'm like one of those weird people.
I'm a psycho too, so yeah, I love it. Shine it up. Shine it up.
Absolutely. So anyway, I started a small cleaning company and got really big really quick. Well, you know what I mean? It's just myself, solo operator.
You're a hustler like me too.
I am.
Yeah,
I'm always
like
working
in
on
your
something.
blood.
I can't sit still.
No,
I'm like,
same.
what could I be doing?
Awesome.
I could be making money. I could be helping people. So started that, really enjoyed it. And then I started that in October, and then meeting you in January, I'm like, how can I incorporate things from the business mastermind to make my cleaning company even better? Through that, I've discovered that maybe cleaning's not exactly what I want to do. I actually have all kinds of other things I want to work on. I'm really passionate about budgeting.
Yes.
It's not sexy.
Oh, I think it's so sexy.
I think it is. Actually, I get excited about it.
I swear to you. I just watched the whole thing this morning, like when I was having coffee with
Thank
Matt
you.
about
I'm not the
budgeting.
only crazy budgeting.
And I was like, like
This
I
is
was
good.
so into it. I swear to God,
into it
I
too.
love it. Well, because I think budgeting and financial, business acumen and all these things, it's like we as women, we need that because like so many women that I know, they rely on men to help them with their finance. They're like, I don't get it.
Or they have no
I'm
idea
like,
like how to pay their own bills or what to do or
emergency fund,
yes,
401k,
yes, just basics.
What's a Roth IRA? I'm like,
yes.
and these are the things, I didn't know this stuff when I was younger either. I wasn't brought up by the Trumps or like people in the financial world.
Well,
right?
Again, you don't know what you don't know.
Absolutely.
If you're were raised in a household with a scarcity mindset, or
we don't talk about money in this family.
Yes, money doesn't grow on trees.
Yep.
Do you know what I had to do to afford that?
Thank
blah
you.
blah blah. And so I always thought that it was really important to be able to rely on yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like we were middle class. I never wanted for anything, but at the same time, I didn't have tons of extra stuff.
Yes.
And I always thought, it's nice to be able to take care of yourself, rely on yourself, and really, there's a difference between wanting things and needing things. And if you give up the things that maybe you don't need, the things that you really are passionate about, you can put your time and energy towards.
100%.
So it's not only budgeting money, but it's budgeting energy,
time,
and all of those things. And it's like,
I love this.
Yeah.
And more women really are hungry for this. And what happens is there's so many men in the industry that teach money. Like Susie Orman right now is like the only woman I can think off the top of my head that teaches money. And I love Susie Orman, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there's a different shift coming in, like energetically and spiritually around money, because money is currency.
Right. But people don't want to talk about it. They get very, very...
Absolutely.
I don't even know what to say. They get mad. They get weird. It's none of your business.
Right.
Or they're ashamed because they don't know how to handle it.
Yes.
They
I was
weren't
like
taught.
that for years. When Matt would say to me like, Katie, you can't just go and buy like a $7,000 Chanel bag and you don't have like a 10-month emergency fund. And I was like, fuck you, I can't.
I really want a Chanel bag, but I won't do it.
But you know what
yet.
I say to people? You have to be able to buy 10 to buy one. So if you have $70,000, say your Chanel bag is $70,000, right?
Yeah.
I mean $7,000. You need to have $70,000 in your bank account to buy one Chanel bag.
Absolutely.
Because we're not buying shit on credit.
That's still 10% of 70 grand.
Right. And that's
Right.
still
That's
a lot.
of
I'm
money.
thinking, what can I do with that instead of just a bag?
Oh, I can
Yes,
tell you
it's
a million
nice,
things.
But if you look at it that way, right, it's a big difference.
Right.
10% of my money is going to be gone
Think
on this
about
bag.
that. And like
Exactly.
Oprah always says, if it's on your ass, it's not an asset. Think
I like
about that,
that.
right? Like if
I
it's
like
on
that.
your ass, it's not an asset. And you go out and you see all these girls and they're like, look at my Louboutins. And I'm like, you live in a crack den. You live in a fucking crack den.
I work with a few
What
ladies
the fuck?
that, they bartend and make fast cash, and then they don't have a place to live. Or,
Oh my God.
Yeah, or they don't have an emergency fund, or they don't know how they're going to pay their rent next week. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like last week you had a phenomenal week. What are you doing?
What do? They go to the club.
They go to the
They
club?
buy Cristal.
Oh, yeah.
All this bullshit, right?
Having a good time, living
Yep.
the time of their lives. And I'm not saying you can't have fun and enjoy your life, but you got to think past tomorrow, past next week. And that's what I want to teach people.
I love
good.
this.
Yeah.
This is like
I
so.
I want to get into it.
This is so needed. So tomorrow we're going to actually create a program for all of your people
I'm excited.
that are going to have modules. You're going to be able to do everything virtually, kind of like Business Mastermind, but your niche is going to be about how to plan your future with real financial acumen, knowing how to truly invest
Absolutely.
and where to spend
And take care of yourself. And that just builds confidence when you can take care of yourself. And if something happens,
Absolutely.
as it's going to,
Yes.
life will throw those curveballs.
Yes.
You know what? I got this. I'm not thrilled about spending this money because my child's in the hospital, or, you know what, I hurt myself, or just
Right.
things come up where you need to have a plan.
I can't tell you how many women I train from all over the world that are in really like abusive relationships or really just low vibe relationships with a
Yes.
man. And they will not leave the relationship because the man controls like the purse
Yes.
strings. And this is not bashing men because
No, not
like
at
there's a
all.
lot of women that are the fucking breadwinners.
Bashing assholes.
Yeah, it's
Right?
just
I
like
mean, who wouldn't allow their woman or whoever to have their
Right.
own money, assets, and
but
stuff
it's not
like that?
about,
That's
but you
insane.
know what? I disagree with that because it's not about the man, it's about the woman. She's relying on him, right? He's not letting her and allowing or not allowing. Remember, like whatever we allow
Right.
is our reality.
You teach people how to treat you.
And I think too, if you don't come from, like you said, a family that knows about money and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it's very confusing. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
they don't make it easy, right? And I think what
No.
you're doing is really making it very simple to say, hey, let's just get some savings together. Let's get some emergency money together.
What are your goals?
Yeah.
What are your goals? What are you going? And it keeps it simple instead of coming out and talking all this technical jargon, right?
Yes.
And all it means is here you are. You're just going to build a future for yourself.
Absolutely.
And then as they grow, then you can add to that knowledge,
Absolutely.
right? And never be afraid to ask questions. And that's what I always tell people too. What we work with, right?
Yes.
Because not everybody knows the technical words for like Roth IRAs and all these different things.
Sounds like another freaking language
and
to
mutual
most people.
funds and stuff like that. If you
Yep.
break it down, and you can really help people.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's huge. You're
Investing in
doing
the
great
stock
work.
market. People like women, like they see that app on their phone and they're like they make some shit their pants.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want that for people.
Absolutely.
I want them to look at the stock market and be like, oh,
Yep.
stocks are up. Oh, that's fine. It's gonna
But
come
you know
back.
what? It's not taught in schools.
No,
No.
not
I
at all.
was so stressed out. I almost didn't graduate because of algebra.
Right, same.
I'm dyslexic.
Same.
Okay, so you are
I'm not
already.
dyslexic, but I'm.
Oh my
I
gosh,
don't care.
already
I'm
like
dyslexic
numbers and
too.
letters. Like I just even in college, I went to college and I got a C, and that was because my teacher, God bless her,
She probably worked extra with
oh
you.
my gosh, I did every extra credit I could. I spent hours in the math lab, and I still got a C, and that was because she was kind. She was like, "We're going to pass you, but just by a point."
Right.
Because she
God love her.
anyway, I still haven't
That was
used.
awful.
Sorry, still haven't used it. I could have used how to budget,
How to write a check.
how to write a check. The difference between wants and needs, goal setting, all the things that we actually use in life that they
Yes.
don't teach us in school.
Yes.
And that's where I want to start programs that, to educate young people about things that they will actually use every single day for the rest of their lives, putting them in control so that they can get out of bad relationships or not even get into them because they say, hey, wait a second.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I don't even need that.
Yeah.
I've got myself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's and that is so empowering. And I love that you're adorable and you're
thank you.
you're just so like cool and fresh. And I love talking to you. And I think that is truly what the future of women really need, especially in this country, because everyone's just like, I can't, oh my God, I could like go, this could be a whole podcast, but I have girls that will say to me like, oh, I'm just going to marry rich. Dude, I want to take these girls and I want to choke them out. I want to be like, dude, if you marry for money, you will pay for it for the rest of your life. My grandmother used to tell me that when I was younger.
That's a good point.
Right? Like, that's why I married this bum over here.
That's why, that's a, I got a quarter.
There's nothing wrong with it, but can you take care of yourself first?
Absolutely.
You have to be your best version of yourself first.
Can you give all the ladies out there in Ambitchious land a couple tips that maybe have helped you, like, financially?
I actually have kept track of every dollar I've made.
This is so true.
And every dollar I've spent for the last 12 years.
This is
the last 12
This is
years.
true.
The last 12
No,
years.
this is true.
I can tell you 6 years ago on a Tuesday what I spent and blah, blah, blah. And it sounds crazy, but the thing is, it's all about habits. You teach this, like your daily habits. A minute a day. I go out, I go to work, I come home, I go to the grocery store, I run errands, I come home, and I just jot down, hey, I paid this bill, I spent this on gas, blah, blah, blah. A minute a day, but I know where everything is. I know where it's going. Mm-hmm. And so I'm always, okay, what's going on? So, and when I don't waste money, you know what I mean, on the things I really don't need, then I can do the things that I love, like traveling.
She's been traveling so much. I'm living vicariously.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to say something about that.
Tell me.
So in January, when I met you, you had us write something about, like, what do you want 2019 to look like? And I didn't realize how powerful journaling is. So I'm writing, I'm like,
so powerful.
I want to meet amazing, interesting people that can teach me things and lift me up. And I want to travel the world. I've been on like 2 or 3 huge trips this year. Everything I wrote came true. And I'm like,
you're going to Portugal with us?
Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be
just came home from Paris.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I don't buy and waste money on things I don't need,
there you go.
So that I can live the life that I want to.
Yes. So that is huge. So just right there is 2 things. Keep track of your money.
Yeah.
Know what you're spending, and then know, like, what you want your future to actually look like. So if travel is super important to you, you're going to spend your money traveling and not on freaking shoes.
Exactly.
And bullshit that no one cares about anyways.
Exactly. You're going to end up selling at a yard sale or giving it away, or
give it to Erin. She'll sell it on
Absolutely. I got some stuff for you, Erin.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You're going to help so many people all over the world. I know this. I feel this for you. I think you really, truly are. Like I said to you.
I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
Giving people control of their lives and just,
giving them the tools, right?
Exactly.
Because that's the thing, like you said, like I didn't grow up. No one was like, I wasn't raised by the Rockefellers. They weren't like, and this is how you invest, and you shouldn't be spending money on that, and you shouldn't be in credit card debt like that, and all these different things.
And how to get out of it.
I actually thought when I was younger, like a credit card was just like money.
Yeah,
like you just like go woo woo. You like swipe it.
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh shit,
the bank is
bill comes.
Check your mail.
The bank has loved you.
Oh, they 100. And I had the most outrageous credit cards too. Like they were like 30% interest, like Victoria's Secret.
People don't understand that either. The interest, and it all builds, and it's like, oh my god,
it's wild, right?
Yep.
And a lot of these stores, like Victoria's Secret and all these people, they have these outrageous credit cards. They're not actually in the clothing company. They're in the credit company because they're making all their
business.
Right. They're making all their money on that shit.
Vicky's card.
Oh, I cut that shit up
there
back
for
in
a
the
while.
friggin' Clinton administration, sister.
I like that card because you can pay in the store. So what I do. You buy your stuff, you put it on the card, then you jump back in line and pay for triple points where they send you coupons where you can get free stuff.
Shit. My mind just exploded.
Not all. I didn't need everything. But again, you find a better balance.
But you got to keep your tits up somehow, right? I mean, Jesus Christ.
You can't look
you
good
need
in
a
a sparkly
brassiere.
jacket.
Right. Exactly. Oh my God. This is that's a great tip.
But it's just how to use credit in a better way.
Yes.
You
Or
need it. You can't get around without it.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, nowadays. I have a travel credit card. Mm-hmm. So while I'm doing all these, fabulous trips, I'm getting points that I can get free hotel rooms, free airfare. So I can do more fabulous trips for free.
Yes.
How to use credit cards in the correct way instead of just
my brain is going so fast right now because I know that we're going to have a whole mastermind tomorrow and we're actually going to produce these modules.
I purchased a whole a whole mentoring day.
Whole day.
That's another tip I'd like to say for the women or even men out there is don't be afraid to ask for help. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Look up to someone who is doing what you want to do and ask for help.
Absolutely.
They're usually more than happy to help you and say, hey, this is what I did wrong. This is what I did right. What can we do to move you forward?
This is huge.
Get a mentor. Nothing wrong with mentoring.
No. I have mentors. I have all kinds of people.
And I love that you have mentors.
I think that if you work with a coach that doesn't have a mentor, run very far and fast.
Yep.
Because it's very egoic. I think a lot of people are like, I know it all. It's like the more I know, the less I know. The more I'm like, I need more knowledge. I'm hungry for more. I'm thirsty for more, you know?
Because everything changes so much, right?
Oh, yeah.
Constant. To stay up on top of it.
Constant. I loved having you on.
Oh,
and you're going to help so many people
excited.
out there.
I'm excited.
You are truly you are the epitome of what an ambitious woman looks like. Yes. Thank you guys for listening and being crusaders to the ambitious movement. And like I always say, see you next Tuesday.
Good job, ladies.
I'm so good.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.